Like this is $12 more per tray that we are making. Hey guys, so as promised yesterday, in yesterday's video, I said I was going to bring you into my microgreen room and show you what we have growing on in here. So I'm going to explain all this in a minute. I'm going to plant peas today. What's happened is we started this off as a small little venture, and now if you take a look, I have my stacking trays with the weights on. I had to put this metal shelf in here because I'm out of room. Like I am so out of room. So we can't wait until our other greenhouse is up and running, and I'll have my own microgreen room in front of that room. So what I want to show you is these trays. These are a mesh seeding tray. This is the 2-inch one. So these are fantastic for my peas. And actually I'm going to put a picture in right here to show you the root system with the peas growing in a mesh tray and one growing in just a regular 2-inch deep tray with holes in it. So what you do is you take your mesh tray and then you take a solid tray, and I'm going to put my Terrafibre into these. So I'm going to go over here and cut my Terrafibre, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so I have my 45 millimeter rotary cutter, which is super sharp by the way, and my Terrafibre. And now I've been cutting off this. We buy this by the roll off Amazon. I like this better because I can cut it to whatever size you want. You don't have to buy a big roll like this. You can buy whatever. I'll put all the links to all the stuff I'm using in the description box below. So what I've done is here I have marked 20 inches because my trays are 20 inches. And then I put a cutting board underneath. And then I take my handy dandy stick. We're a little redneck here, and do that. I line that up, take my rotary cutter, and just like that. So I'm going to do 8 of these. I have 8 trays of peas, and I will be right back to show you what I do next. So I have 8 of these cut. Generally, I cut my whole entire roll, but I just haven't done it yet, which I'll get to. But what I do is I take my mesh tray and then my solid tray, put that in. I put all 8 of these in, because they fit in there nicely. And then I'm going to go to the sink. I'm going to take my hose and wet this down really super well. I do it with pretty hot water, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just take my hose, I turn my water on hot, and I just really sop this down like this, and make sure that they're completely saturated. So this will take a few seconds to do, and then I'll show you what we do next. Okay, now what I like about the Terrafibre is there's absolutely no mess at all. So we're not breaking bales of soil up. There's no soil in the house. It's just the Terrafibre hemp mats and water. And we do a nutrient solution after they're out of blackout, but I'll show you that in a bit too. Now if you go over to, if you do want to do soil, you can go over to Ryan's channel over at A Little Dirt Never Heard. I'll put that in the description box below. He is doing fantastic with all of his microgreens, including sunflowers, which we cannot grow and we've given up on. You can go over and check his channel out because you'll learn so much on growing in soil, whereas we just choose not to. I find it easier. I like the Terrafibre much better, and yeah, these things I did not realize they grew so well. We've been planning on doing this for probably about 3 years now. Never got to it, never got to it. No, that's starting to puff up. And now we're doing it. Now see, that is right full of water. So I just let that sit for a second. Actually, it's already saturated, and dump all that excess water off. Oops. You can't do this with dirt now, can you? And we'll be right back. All right, so here is my big tray of Terrafibre that is all soaking. And I put 2 trays beside. Put my Terrafibre down just like that. Nothing fancy. And these are nice and warm, which I find helps. So what I do is 2 at a time, because in each, I'm doing 8 today. In each bucket I have 2 trays soaking in each. So I have 4 buckets. I do 9 ounces of peas per tray. So in each one I have 18 ounces. And so I soaked these yesterday, and I let them soak all night and then plant them this morning. Oops. And just make sure everything you're using is sanitized. That's for my first one. And organized. And so my big thing was trying to schedule all my stuff, like my radish, my broccoli, my peas. Peas I schedule for usually around 10 days from start to finish. So what I'm going to do is take one big double fist handful like that, put it down, another one on that one, and then I'm just going to spread it out through the 2 trays as evenly as possible. And more. And I mean, you don't have to be exact, but there we go. And then you just take your hands and level them out. And again, no dirt. When I do my broccoli and radish, it's beautiful because you can actually see the seed on the mat. And if you're a little clumped in one area, you can just take your hand and rub it around. So, and of course you can see it better on the light colored mats. Okay, then I take my mister bottle and I put warm water in this as well, just straight water. And you want to mist these super well. So I go all around the edges first, and then I work my way back in a zigzag. You can do it differently if you want. This is how I do it. And when I stack these, I'm going to do 4 high. So I'm going to get 4 of these filled, and then I'll be right back to show you how we do it and what we use for weights. All right, so what Wayne has done, these are kind of falling apart a little bit, but they're still working. He has taken one of these 2-inch trays, put some cement in it. These are about 15 pounds per tray, and it just fits perfectly inside of there. That's one tray. I do a paper marked with the date, put that on there, and put it into stacking, which will go somewhere. Okay, which I'm going to put under here. You don't have to follow me. These I'm taking the weights off of. These were planted 3 days ago, and they had the weights on. Each day I would take them off the rack, and twice a day actually, morning and night, and give them a good mist like that. I'll just do this quickly so you get the gist of it. So each day after you stack them, do that. Take the bottom, the top one, put it on the bottom, and mist again. Now these ones I am putting into blackout today, so I'm not going to keep them stacked. And I'm just going to give them a quick mist. So there. So what we do for blackout is we take another tray with no holes. This one is a 1-inch tray. It doesn't matter the depth of the tray because it's going on top. These will sit into blackout. And I'm going to leave blackout right there for now because I have to organize this before I get these other 4 trays planted. But come on over here. These are 7 days old. So these came out of blackout, and then this is 4 days of being in blackout. Last night, oh, I'm stuck. Thank you. Last night, they were not even close. They were about here. And I left them till today. When they are in blackout, each day you are going to come in with your sprayer. Actually, I'll show you. You're going to come in with your sprayer, and I just lift my lid like this and I give it a good misting. And you're going to continue doing that until you take off the domes. Now, let's look underneath to see the root system. Now, this is one with only the little holes. This is not the mesh. So I'm going to take all these off, and then I will show you what I do next. All right, so what I do is I take our hydroponic nutrients, and I'll put the numbers to that because I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'll put that in right here. So we take 1 tablespoon of this into a gallon of water. I put it into a 4-cup measuring cup, and I put 1 cup of nutrient solution into the bottom of the tray of each one. So I do a 4-cup, and it does 1 shelf basically because there's 4 trays on each shelf. And this is what we continue to do until it's time for harvest. So I just keep going like that, and I'll do all of them, and that's it. So today is Tuesday. These are going to be ready for harvest on Friday. And I'll do another video actually to show you how quickly they grow and greening up. Like within a couple hours, these will start turning green. And you can see over there, the edges are a little bit green because they were exposed to some light through the tray, through the edges of the tray. So now I want to show you, I'm kind of all over the place here. This is our broccoli. This will be ready for Friday as well. This is our radish. These 3 radish are ready to harvest today. We have a CSA program, a winter CSA program that we run every Tuesday and Friday. And so these 3 will be for program today. The rest will all go to market on, well, for program on Friday and market on Saturday, but we'll harvest on Friday. Okay, so I just thought I would show you when we were growing radish in the soil. I was getting anywhere from 3 to 4 clamshells at 75 grams per clamshell off the soil trays. Off this hemp mat tray, I got 7. Like 7 clamshells as opposed to 3 or 4. Each mat, when it's cut, when you buy in the roll, it costs about $2.10. Like this is $12 more per tray that we are making off this because we can cut so close down. And another thing is, if you do drop some, you can grab it. You're not leaving that huge amount of product in the tray because of the soil, and you don't have to worry about any dirt. The other nice thing is this is how easily the mat rolls out, and drop it into our tote. That's it. And then wash and sanitize your trays. No dirt at all. I'm very impressed with this. So I hope you enjoyed this. It really was longer than what I thought. If you would like to see a video on how we grow our radish, how we seed our radish, or broccoli, we do radish, broccoli, kohlrabi, and peas. That's all we're doing right now. But if you would like to see how we do the rest of it, leave it in the comments below, and if I have enough interest, I'll do that. I don't want to bore you to death. But anyhow, for now, I am happy, and I'm going to keep on harvesting, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.